So with the blender pen, and you have the same fine nib and a thick nib, and there's a few little tips and tricks with the blender. For actually blending the colour, you can colour it and then blend over it, and it'll take some of the colour away, and that's where the blend happens. Or you can have two colours in order. So where have I picked this one up from? BT. So if I go to BT7 and BT8 and colour them next to each other in my little circles, and the wetter they are, the better a blend you'll get, because you'll be able to drag one colour into the next colour. And normally I'd start with the light. Oh no, I did start with the lighter colour. There we go. And then I'm just going to drag it into each other next. So straight over. So you can see the kind of gradual change. There's not much of a difference between these two, but some of them are quite a stark difference. But you can't see where the lines overlap. So you'd go over the whole thing with the blender, and it would just bring them together. But it does kind of have a more washed out effect, so there is better ways of blending than using the blender pen. You can also colour straight onto the blender pen, because these are all alcohol based, and that's why we use the Adirondack ink, because it doesn't run with it. But the blender pen is just pure alcohol, there's no colour or pigment to it, so that's why it takes the pigment away, because it dilutes the ink onto the paper. So you can take a colour, so I'm going to pick a purple, that one, and you can colour straight onto your pen.
And that doesn't actually colour in the nib then when you do that?
And then as you squiggle it down your page, so you can imagine doing that for a sky. See, I've chosen a really dark one.
Yeah.
But it will eventually just colour back out. And then if you don't get it all off, because it's so strong, the alcohol in it, it'll just rub it out. So it's just going to use the fan. But you can see how it goes on and on and on. Can you imagine doing a whole sky like that?
Wow.
So you need to scribble it back out, and then it's running clear again. So although it's still on there, that'll just
disappear. Yeah.
So that's some tricks to use in the blender pen. But there's another really magic thing about these, which is slightly different to the pro markers, is this will actually rub your ink out if you make a mistake.
Right.
So let's just say I was colouring in something on here. So I'm working Nina card to Nina card.
Yes.
So I'll just colour in TN6. So it's a kind of a wood colour. So colour in, whoops, smudge. So then you've got your mistake. If you have Nina card underneath it, and you push it out with a blender, this is quite a dark pen, so it won't go out completely, but it'll actually rub it out. So I'm just dabbing it on there, and then I'm going to let it dry. And the more you let it dry, the more the pigment will come out of it. But actually, if you don't have the card underneath it, it won't rub out, because it pushes it out of that piece of card onto the card underneath it. So if you do it just onto the desk,
it would work.
It's not going to go anywhere, it's just going to spread again, because there's nowhere for it to go.
Yeah.
So you can see the difference between the two. And as that dries a bit more, you can rub it out a bit more.
Wow, that's really good.
That's just a quick introduction to the kind of Spectrum pens.
Oh, that's lovely. That's gorgeous. Yeah.
So that was Crafters